Michael Vick sends emotional forward message as Deion Sanders validates his HBCU efforts with Deshaun Jackson. Michael Vick's arm always had a way of making things look easy. Back in the day, it was flick of the wrist, a blue of green, and Deshaun Jackson streaking down the sideline. But football has a way of flipping the script for these two former Philly teammates. On October 30th, at Lincoln Financial Field, Vick's Norfolk State will like up against Jackson's Delaware State. Brothers turned rivals, student turned teacher, past turned present, and unsurprisingly, Deion Sanders is in the middle of it. Primetime never missed the moment. Deion Sanders, the godfather of this new HBCU wave, hopped on X on September 9th with a photo edit of Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson. Tagging them, he wrote, "I love these brothers to life." Vick didn't need more than 4 words to write back, "Love you always, Prime." And that's validation. The Colorado HC knows how it feels like to walk into an HBCU program and turn doubt into dominance. And now he sees the 2 younger men trying to rewrite their own chapters. And Saturday night, they both made sure they did. Michael Vick had a scare after a Week 1 loss. But in the second game against Virginia State, Norfolk State trailed and sputtered but ended with a comeback. Down 31-10 in the fourth, Otto Cones, the backup QB, engineered a rally that left their opponent gasping. 2 touchdowns through the air, one by Jalen Loudermilk on a 33-yard scamper. And then Evan Helfrich, calm as you like, drilled a 29-yard field goal in overtime to seal a 34-31 win. Vick, 1-1 as an HC, got his first taste of victory. But more importantly, he may have found his QB. If Michael Vick's win was dramatic, Deshaun Jackson's first was a whole other level. Lightning delays turned Delaware State's duel with UAlbany into a 7.5-hour marathon that bled into Sunday morning. But Jackson's Hornets never blinked. QB Caden Bennett ran like his cleats were electrified and racked up 137 yards, 3 touchdowns, including the game winner from 27 yards out. RB Marcus Gillis added 163 rushing yards of his own, and by the end, the Hornets had pounded out 436 rushing yards at 6.3 yards per clip, winning 37-32, putting the HC's coaching record at 1-1. And while Vick and Jackson celebrated their first wins, there's no mistaking whose fingerprints are on this HBCU resurgence. Deion Sanders' HBCU blueprint paying off. When Deion Sanders took over at Jackson State in 2020, he flipped the script. 2 SWAC titles and a cultural reset later, he showed the entire sport that HBCUs could be front-page news again. He turned overlooked programs into primetime stories, and in the process, made it impossible to ignore the talent and tradition that had been there all along. That's why his influence on guys like Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson is so real. Deion Sanders' blueprint is simple but powerful. Embrace the culture, recruit with energy, and turn opportunities into statements. Now Vick and Jackson are following that path, just like Eddie George at Tennessee State and Hugh Jackson at Grambling. "I love that they're getting opportunities," he said back in January, "because we never got these opportunities." These hires are proof that HBCUs are giving NFL greats chances the Power 5 never did, and Coach Prime hasn't left them on an island. He's still checking in, offering guidance, and reminding them that every stumble he made can become a lesson for their climb. Deion Sanders held the door wide enough for a new generation of NFL legends to walk through.